Hey everyone, this is Dan. Welcome to a new video here today. We're going to be talking about how Gary Moore would approach playing a country blues sort of style with his very rocked up vibe that he would often use. Of course, he can use, or he used to be able to use, a mixture of kind of rocked up style with also very soft, melodic, things going on too. He could very easily mix between the two. But the song that we're going to use as an example today is going to be Down the Line. So go check out Gary Moore Down the Line. It's an awesome song. It's got fantastic guitar playing in it. Of course, we're going to go through the first solo. There is a second solo as well, which is about twice as long. But I might end up doing a tutorial for this song in the future. Who knows? I don't know. But the song is actually in the key of A, kind of major blues. I would have thought Gary Moore would have used something like a Telecaster to play this song when he recorded it. I don't have something like that to hand, any single coil guitar at the moment. I've got a Strat somewhere that needs setting up and new strings. But what I'm doing, I'm using middle pickup on this Les Paul. I'm going to take the tone, not the tone, but the volume off the neck pickup. So I have the bridge on full, but neck down a little bit, all the tone on full. It's kind of the way I'm going to go about this, I guess. I feel like I can get a little bit more twang out of the strings. You can hear it a little bit more in the recordings when I use this. Anyway, so A major blues. That sort of thing. You might have heard that sort of thing. If you're not sure about major blues, I'm sure there are many videos out there, and I could make one myself in the future, who knows. Anyway, so we'll take this solo section by section. I'll use tab, so you can hear the tab. When I was learning it, I didn't actually take it in the way that we're going to be talking about it, because some of the sections, some of the phrases that he plays, some of the notes I thought, were on the beat one of certain bars actually aren't. But because the beat is so relentless, it's so continuous beat, sometimes you can lose where beat one is and such. But I kind of analysed it, and we're going to be talking about it. So we'll start off with the first little bit where the bends are, and we'll go through that first, slowly. Okay, so that little end part there, I kind of use upstroke so I can kind of cut the note off a little bit better. I'm not going to go through every part too much because we won't have time for that. There's so much going on in this solo. The next section sounds like this, a little bit slower than normal. Okay, so I played that in the way that it would fit in with the bars, okay? Again, kind of standard bluesy sort of lick going on there. Then we have okay. And the next section is going to go okay. Let's play that slower. Then that slide's actually a bit more of a ghost note, so we'll play it like that. Okay, now this next part, a lot of open strings going on. Okay, I think I picked every note of that when I actually did the intro, so I went something like this. But on further analysis, I think Gary Moore used to pull off, maybe. Something more like that. Then it goes. Now slower. Okay, so we want to have our hands ready further up here for this next part. Okay, and again. Then we have, for the final part, okay, so again the end part. Let's play it all, kind of slowly. Okay, so that's the solo played a little bit faster, not up to speed completely. We're not going to be talking about it up to speed. So now I want to talk about kind of what Gary Moore is using to kind of mimic kind of a little bit more country style than he would normally use. Okay, so the solo starts here with what I like to call a double bend. Although we're not playing a bend on 2 notes at once, we are playing 2 notes at once. One has a bend and we add vibrato to it. So it'll sound like this. Okay, I'm not an expert on country music, but I have heard this sort of thing a lot, where you hear that kind of a lot of vibrato with 2 notes being played at once, or this sort of thing where you intertwine notes and that sort of thing, or this. Again, that vibrato is key. The old Joe Bonamassa. Really cool sounds. But yeah, so he's kind of implying that sort of thing high up here in a very basic way. Again, it's just implying that just a simple A chord, right? So the next thing we do, we go down to the 5th fret sort of area here, an octave down almost. And now in country music you'll hear a lot of this relentless scale playing. Sometimes they'll mix, fretted notes with open strings. A lot of great country music guitarists can play so articulately, so fast, so precisely. And we're trying to imitate a lot of that relentless 16th note playing here, but we're using more of a blues stroke rock idea, okay? So we're using licks that come from maybe blues and rock. So like this sort of thing. We start off with this, and then we go. Okay, so that's pretty simple to play, but just continue a 16th note. So you got 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Again, the blues notes at the end, adding to that bluesy feel and such. Then we go into this next section. Okay, again we've got more of a pedal note sort of thing going on, but with finger rolling. So the pedal note sort of sound, which is this. You'll also hear a lot in blues music and country, this sort of thing. Or maybe that sort of thing. But we're simplifying that. That sort of thing. And also, this sort of lick allows you to continuously play these 16th notes, but extend licks, as I've said this in the past, okay? So you can kind of go. You can go on up and down forever, just using that sort of finger rolling technique. But it also adds that pedal note sound and a bit of a bluesy sound that kind of comes from that sort of thing, right? So really cool. And then after that, we then go. Okay. Yeah, and again. Again, a lot more of that finger rolling going on. And now, this next section here, we're starting to get into more open strings, which you'll hear a lot in country music, where they'll play some maybe a scale quickly, going from high to low, but they'll mix in some open strings. There'll be ways of playing it where you can play open strings, and those open strings will kind of drone along with the fretted notes that you play, giving them kind of a unique sound. But we're not so much doing that. We're taking the idea, I think Gary Moore was taking the idea of using open strings and kind of just using it in this way where we kind of ascend, okay? So now we're going. Okay? Now I actually picked all these notes in the intro. I went something like this. But I think Gary Moore probably just picked and then pulled off these notes, okay? So again, we've got the end bit. But also, because we've got a pedal note thing going on here as well. And then, it really does work as a rock sort of thing, a rock idea, translated to country, where you got that open string, okay? Really cool. It fits in with the sort of vibe. And then after that we go down to here. Okay. Now this to me just spells out sort of like a good old blues riff, okay? Something like this. Sort of thing. So we're just going. And then we go. Okay? Let's play it slowly. Then we move up to this. Okay, and again. Okay, and then at the end, it does end like this. Okay, but that note there at the end is really the start of the next bar. Okay, that's why I haven't played it specifically in this. So we go. But you could do this. And then we go. Okay. Here we go. So let's play that slowly. One more time. And that's the end of it, okay? So that's basically the solo. Again, in that little bit there, there's little curls, just a kind of a bluesy thing that works in both country music, and then you got more finger rolls, you know. Again, kind of extends a lick when you do that. And then you got that. So really the pull-off thing is kind of emphasizing the use of open strings that you'll see in country music, but we're playing it in a rock context, and because we might have maybe sometimes more of a overdrive sound, we want to use open strings, but we don't want to drone them too much, because if we drone them with other notes, sometimes they can get a little bit too muddy. So that might be another reason why we don't, muddy two strings together at once, just because of the overdrive and too much gain, okay? But yeah, really cool. I really enjoy how Gary approaches that kind of country vibe from a rock blues perspective, and I really enjoy it. And I will be learning the second solo. Hopefully, I'm not sure whether I'll do this, but maybe in the future I might put a tutorial for this solo, and the second one, which is twice as long, probably more difficult actually. But I might do that. So I might take parts of this video and use it for that. Who knows? But yeah, I really enjoyed learning this, and it gives you some ideas. And also it's just good for the mind, good for coordination and such. You're learning these things. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like if you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Guten Tag. Take care, everyone. See you soon.